Hey guys, it's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adornments Decor. I am here with one of our members, Miss Linda Helser. I see, Linda, you've even got your Painters
Yes,
Clubhouse
I do.
Rockstar t-shirt on today. Tell us where you're from, Linda, and how did you get started painting?
I I'm actually from like northern New York, sort
Okay.
of kind of like central northern New York. So it's kind of north of Syracuse, Rochester, not Rochester, Utica, west of or yeah, east of Watertown. I don't know where I am, but we're kind of in the middle of nowhere. Um, my mom actually taught me how to paint, but me being the unteachable teenager,
Yeah.
young adult, I didn't want to listen to her. So a lot
Mhm.
of the stuff that um, you do, like when with mixing colors and stuff like that, she's already showed me how to do all that, but I
Mhm.
kind of let that go by the wayside.
Yeah.
When she started really showing Alzheimer's, that's when because she had a lot of unfinished
Mhm.
projects, so I took them and I started painting them, and it was kind of a rush to get them done before she passed.
Yeah.
I got a lot of them done, but not all of them. But that's so. I saw the first one I saw was the double-sided door hanger, and that one was because I loved the turkey. I just thought he was the cutest thing, so I decided to do that one. But I didn't join Painters Clubhouse. I just did that one, and then you did the tree cake, the one with
Mhm.
the one just the one cake on it.
Yeah.
I did that one, and I still didn't join. But then you started talking about going to Dallas, and I was like, I really, really thought that would sound so cool, but at the time, I didn't think we could afford it.
Mhm.
So, and it was going to be right around our anniversary, and it was our 30th anniversary. We were supposed to go to Maine. We didn't, just for our 30th anniversary because that's where we went on our honeymoon. So but then you did the Hello Friends one or
Yes.
Flowers one.
Last spring. Yep.
I'm not sure why. I think there was something, you had something on the wall. I think this is why, and it was only for if you were in the clubhouse. And I really, really liked it. So I'm like, this is stupid. I'm just gonna, and my husband's like, well, why don't you try it for a month? I'm like, well, she says to try it for 3 months. So
Okay.
I did, and I finally decided, okay, I can't do this month thing anymore. I've got to go for the whole year because it's just not going to happen. But I did go to Dallas, and that was a blast. That was really a lot of fun. I met so many people and did so many different things, really out of my comfort zone because I usually paint by myself in the quiet solitude of my back room, and I just yeah, it was, but that was a lot different for me and I was actually afraid of that because I'm so used to not having anybody near me to talk to
Mhm.
when I'm painting, but I I've gotten away I've gotten away just that doesn't
It
bother me
kind of
anymore.
pushes you out of your comfort zone, doesn't it?
Yeah,
So
it
does
did.
that mean you'll be coming to Destin in September?
Oh
Are
yeah.
you gonna do
Oh
it
yeah.
again?
Oh yeah.
Awesome, yay. That is just so
Definitely.
cool. Maybe you can find a place around Destin to go for a little hike. I don't know if y'all know this, but Linda and her husband love hiking. Before we went live, she and I were chatting about it, and they have a goal this year. Tell them about your goal, Linda.
Well, we're supposed to do 365 miles of hiking in 365 days.
That's
And we're up
incredible.
to 101. Like, woohoo!
101, and March isn't even over yet, y'all.
Oh, I know. I actually, this has been a really tough, and then I blew out my knee. I have no idea how. So I was laid up for a whole week, but the weather was also bad. So it didn't matter. It was like, it kind of worked and it's for me. And I got a lot of painting done.
Well,
That's
she
kind
said
of,
they're running out of places nearby to go hiking, so they've been started driving like an hour or 2 hours away, and so, yeah, you need to have destination hikes, like, come to Destin, Florida, and find, like, a beachside hike to do, that would be fun.
that's my plan. We're driving down. I know
Oh, great.
it's gonna take a long time to drive, but we'll as we're driving down, I'll probably see. We were going to do that when we went to Dallas because we drove to Dallas
Mhm.
from here, and but it was so hot. There was just no way, just no way. We did a little tiny itsy bitsy hike and thought we were going to melt. So we just, yeah, we couldn't do that one.
Well, I know about lots of places around here. So if you end up stopping in the Kentucky, Tennessee area and need somewhere,
Okay.
holler at me and I'll get some recommendations for you.
No problem. Yeah, we'll probably, like, I'll probably ask, because I do belong to one group on Facebook, and they're usually pretty good about, why don't you go here or go here. Some of the places just unbelievable.
Have you
But
ever been to the Smoky Mountains and hiked there?
no.
Oh, lots of really good places there. I mean, you could stay a whole week and just do hikes if you wanted
Yeah.
to.
Hmm.
Be awesome.
Wheels
I
of
see
Fortune.
we've got some of our Clubhouse sisters over in the comments. Hey, Miss Marie Mosley. I didn't want y'all to feel like we were ignoring you guys. If y'all have any questions about the Clubhouse, feel free to ask them. But I just wanted to kind of chat with Linda and hear her experience and her story. And Linda, it is not uncommon for somebody to participate in one of our workshops and then not join for 6 more months. It's almost like they go through a cycle. We've noticed that some of them have to do 1 or 2 workshops before they feel like, all right, I'm so into this, I cannot, not join at this point. So
Yeah. Funny because I'd watched so many of your videos that when we went to Dallas, my husband and I were walking around the hotel, and all of a sudden he's like, isn't that the person you watch all the time? I was like, yes. Actually, I recognized Charlie's voice, so it was
yes,
kind of funny because she was wandering around down there. So it was kind of funny
I
because
do remember that. You guys showed up the day before, right? And we were
yep.
just standing around talking. I do remember you and your husband walking through now that you say that.
But he recognized your voice, so it was kind of funny.
Well, my husband and I were just telling somebody about this the other night because, it's funny how when you do videos like this, some people almost treat you like a celebrity when you meet them in person. And the very first Southern Adornments Live we did, I was in the hotel lobby like the day before it started or something, just sitting on a bench waiting for something or somebody. I don't know. But 2 people walked in, a husband and a wife, similar to you and your husband's situation. And they're standing in line to check into the hotel. And the wife says to the husband, I wonder if Tamara's around here close. I would love to see her before tomorrow. And I'm over here just chatting away with somebody. And her husband goes, well, isn't that her right there? Sounds like her. He recognized my voice and pointed me out. She's like, it is her. I said, I'm so sorry to all the husbands out there who know my face and my name and don't care a bit about painting.
That's funny.
But it's been awesome to get to meet all of you guys in person at these live events. They're just priceless. It's a good way to make something that's so virtual tangible and in person and make deeper connections. And that's what we really love. So if any of you guys watching want to come and hang out with us in Destin, Florida in September 29th and 30th is going to be the next Southern Adornments Live. It'll be the 4th one that we've done. And we do have a few tickets left. I don't know the exact number of how many tickets, but we're going to be releasing those sometime around the first week of April inside the Painters Clubhouse. So if you join and become a Clubhouse member, watch for that post the first week of April. So Linda, tell me a little bit about what has this looked like for you as far as when you got started? Are you cutting your own wood blanks or did you start out doing that? How did that go?
No, I've cut out all of my own. Well, the rounds I found a place. Well, Hobby Lobby has 14-inch rounds, so I get those, and on Amazon I can get rounds, 18-inch rounds, and so that's where I've been getting the rounds. But everything else I cut myself. And my brothers are carpenters, and they gave me a scroll saw because they bought a new one, a more state-of-the-art
Hand-me-down scroll saw.
and I had theirs, and I got so fed up with it that I was like, I cannot do this anymore. I don't even remember which one I did, but I had to do an inside cut, and I was like, I tried it. It was not pretty. So I was like, you know what? So I went online and I Googled scroll saws, and there was a Bob Vila thing came up saying, and he was rating all the scroll saws. And so I was looking at it, and there was a DeWalt one, and so I bought it. And so oh my God, it's so nice. I love it. But I mean, it makes life so much easier because I can do the inside cuts, and it's just mean, the other one to change, I couldn't change the blade by myself. Somebody had to hold a flashlight, and then you had to put it was just, and you had to like be able to stand on your head to change the
No
blade.
wonder your brothers wanted to get rid of it and get a new one.
Basically, I think my brother was just like, when I told him that, because we went down for something and we were in the shop, and he was showing me like this, actually we said something about the scroll saw because I'd been complaining about ours, and my brother kind of like gave this knowing smile. I was like, you little brat. But yeah, so we got rid of that one. We actually took it up to the Habitat for Humanity's rehab or resale store, I think is what it is. And we took it up there, and they took it. So
Maybe they have somebody who can work on it or make it a little easier to use.
it is what it is. I mean, that's the way it's
Yeah.
meant. It's shown. I mean, there's no way to alter it. You had to. That's the way it is. So, but it's so much nicer to have one that's brand new, and because they had said that they would sell me theirs. It's like, no, I want my own
Yeah.
new one.
Yeah. That's the thing, is the tool you're using makes all the difference. I think some people, when they have a bad first experience with cutting out a door hanger, they're either using a really old tool like you're talking about, whether it's a jigsaw or scroll saw, doesn't matter. If you're using an old tool, a lot of times they aren't as user friendly as the newer models, and everything, like even to adjust anything, you used to have to get out a screwdriver and undo things. Whereas now there's a lot of times a button that pops something out and releases something. And it's so much easier. Or sometimes they're using the wrong blades, like on their scroll saw or their jigsaw, and it'll make really rough cuts and they can't turn well with it. So definitely look at those videos in the Clubhouse. If you're new to all of this and you want to start cutting your own pieces, follow our guidance on what to get. That way, and you don't have to spend a ton of money. If you're going with a jigsaw, you can get one for about $40, but it's better to get a new one at $40 than to buy one used or get a hand-me-down one that's like 30 years old.
Yeah, beware.
My grandfather had an old jigsaw that somebody tried to give it to me or something, and I'm looking at this thing and it weighs like 30 pounds more. It felt so heavy compared to the new model, and it was just so cumbersome. I'm like, never mind, forget it. Not going to do that. So
yeah.
So you said your mom used to paint for years. How
Yeah.
long has it been since she passed?
She passed away in 2020.
Okay, so not even that long. Do you feel like this is a way that you are able to like connect with her?
Oh
And
yeah.
like,
Oh yeah. I
I'm sure
talk
you
to her
think
all
about
the
her every time you pick up a brush, don't you?
I talk to her all the time. Actually, it was funny. I was trying to make something, and I was down in the basement, and I could not figure out what to use. And I kind of like looked up, and I was like, come on, guys, help me. And all of a sudden there it was, that the answer to my prayers. I was like, oh my God, thank you. So yeah.
That's awesome. I've
Yeah.
told on here before that my great grandmother was a painter, and she didn't even start painting until her retirement years. She was a school teacher for years. And then when she retired, she decided to go back to college and take art classes. And she started painting landscapes, and she could pretty much take a photograph of anything and turn it into a painting. And I remember like hanging out in her art studio in her little bitty house. She had this tiny little room with all of her, and she used oil paints. I don't know a thing about that, but I would walk in there and she would have so many things like in progress. And it was just so cool. I was probably only Charlie's age, maybe a little younger, 7 or 8 years old. And I just thought that was the most amazing thing. And I thought, I wish I could do that, but it never like occurred to me that I would eventually be doing this. And it does make me feel in some way connected to her. So I think that's cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's even cooler that you inherited all of her art supplies. So you even have like all of her paints and her brushes and all the things.
Yeah, I did have to like purge.
I bet.
There was some, I mean, I still have some. They probably don't even make medium flesh anymore. Because I think they're probably dark flesh. I think it's probably not politically correct. I don't know. But I do have, I know these were hers because she wrote on the top what the color was. So I know those were hers, but I had to get rid of a lot of them because they were just dried out, and I
Yeah.
finally and I needed the room because I've been buying more paint.
It'll never end. We'll just always keep buying more paint and more supplies, won't we?
Probably.
So
Yep.
have you turned this into a business of sorts, or are you just doing this for pleasure for yourself?
Yes and no. I mean, everybody keeps telling me I need to open up an Etsy shop.
Yeah.
I haven't yet, and I just it just I mean, I know what I most of my paintings I give away. I have sold 3, and then well, one I did in trade with my sister because she had something made for me, so it
Mhm.
was trade. But I did sell 3 door hangers, and then I made a gnome for my former coworker
Uh-huh.
that I shared a room with before I retired, and because she wanted a gnome, she saw mine when she brought her kids over for Halloween. She saw mine. She's like, "I want one." I'm like, "Well, it's going to cost you 50."
Yeah.
so, so we did get that one, and I did that one for her, and it had all the thanks, had all the little inserts for the different months and stuff.
Yeah.
So I
Well, it sounds like you could be if you wanted to be. You could be selling more, but you don't want to put a lot of pressure on yourself maybe to.
yeah, that and they're kind of like my babies.
Oh, you have a hard time getting rid of them.
Well, the 3 that I sold were all to the same person, the same
Yeah.
person that bought the gnome. So it's like, but she, whatever.
Yeah.
I know they're going to a good home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I do have to get rid of some of them. I did post some, but nobody took me seriously, I guess. I don't know. Everybody said they liked them, but that's as
Yeah.
far as it went.
Well, keep trying. If that's something that interests you, I say don't give up on it. Keep trying. Sometimes what they teach us in marketing is that sometimes people have to see something 7 different times before they make a buying decision. And
Yeah.
so, it's like it keeps poking away at their resolve, and they're like, "Yeah, I keep seeing those. I keep thinking I might want to buy one of those." And if we only post about it one time, we're not like reminding them that they were thinking about buying it. So, yeah,
Yeah, I posted all my spring ones. Now, I didn't do any of my Easter ones
yeah.
because I really like those.
You may
So,
get to a point where you don't have any space left in your craft room, so you may just have to be forced to sell some.
well, I had 12 that I had to spray.
Yeah.
So, but it's been such weird weather up here that I couldn't spray them out in the garage. So my husband did set up a little tent-ish for me so that I with a little heater in there, but still it was too damp and I didn't want to go out and spray out there. So I finally was able to 2 days in a row. And then, so today is the first day I'm not spraying anything because
Yeah.
I have 2 tables out there. So, I mean, 12 different door hangers. What was I thinking? Like, geez. But, oh well.
Yeah. Well, do you have any tips or, maybe words of wisdom for people who are thinking about getting started with some of this? Maybe they're considering joining the Painters Clubhouse?
Trust the process.
That's a good one.
Actually, I do have to tell you that I was down at my husband's mom's house and I was sitting out on her porch because she doesn't have Wi-Fi. So I was out on her porch and I was watching you were painting the witch's hat.
Mhm.
And so she came out and sat down next to me. She doesn't paint or anything. And you were painting the flowers, but we had missed the first part where you explained not that you were doing the background, that usually you do the background first, but you didn't want to do it first because it was black, so you wanted to get the flowers done. So she comes out and she sat down and she's looking at it and she's watching the video with me and she's like, why is she doing the flowers first? Shouldn't she have done the background? Shouldn't she have done the hat? And I said, trust the process. And she's like, what? So like, just trust the process. She'll explain why. And then you did right after I said that, you explained why. And she's like, oh. so, so it was kind of funny because I was just trust the process. It'll be fine.
Yeah,
But
it's all gonna come out in the end.
that's right. The and just somebody had asked whether they should join the template club or painters clubhouse just the other day, and
Mhm.
I said, well, it depends on what you're looking for. If you just want the templates, join the template club. But if you want to join if you want to have the templates and the videos that go along with it, and a great group of people to bounce off ideas off of, then join Painters Clubhouse. And actually, the person that said that thanked me and said that they had just joined. So,
Wow, awesome. Thank
yeah.
you, Linda, for that glowing recommendation. I think people don't understand the difference because they're on the outside, but once you get on the inside, you
Mhm.
see,
Mhm.
oh, okay, I see what all the hype's about. The community is where the true value is. Yes, I can give
Yeah.
you hundreds of templates and tutorials and stuff, but the community is what really makes Painters Clubhouse so special.
Hmm. Definitely.
And it's people like you who make it special. The reason she's wearing that special shirt is because she was our Painters Clubhouse rock star. Was it last month? It was recent, wasn't it?
January, I think.
January. And so our rock stars are kind of an elite group. We don't sell that shirt anywhere. We just give it to our rock stars because they are people who have shown up consistently in the month that they're deemed the rock star. So January, you must have been busy in the clubhouse posting and commenting on other people's threads. And so if you make a post in there and you're wanting to show off your door hanger, everybody's going to jump on there and praise it and give you encouragement. Or if you have a question, they're always so quick to hop in there with advice and help. So it's great.
Definitely.
What are your goals for the next year, Linda? I know you got a hiking goal. Do you have a painting goal?
Just trying to absorb everything, and I've been trying to do the 3 that you have posted for the month. I have the butterfly. I haven't cut them out yet because I had other things in the frying pan there. So I want to cut that out. I think I have an idea of how I want to do it. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to get that done. I do have a paint party on Saturday. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Let us know.
we'll
Take
see
lots
how
of
that
pictures
goes.
too.
We're doing the in all things give thanks one.
That's a good one.
I'm getting a little nervous.
It'll go fine. Just be your sweet self. You're very personable and easy to talk to.
It's people I know from church,
Mhm.
so it should be fine. But
Oh, yeah.
it's just
You're putting more pressure on yourself than they're even thinking about, like
probably. I just try to remember everything I have to bring. I
yeah.
was planning on getting that kind of started today to figure out what I need and what would be the bestest way to do this. And
Is your husband going with you?
I don't know. I don't
If not, this is just a word of advice from a gal who's done hundreds of paint parties over the years. Have him on standby because even if you've done 50 parties, there's always that chance you're going to forget to bring paintbrushes or something so basic that you obviously need. And there have been countless times when I had to make a mad dash, breaking the speed limit to get home to grab whatever thing I forgot, or make a mad dash to Walmart to buy more of something because I didn't buy enough white paint or something. So having a backup person that you can call a 911 into is real helpful.
Well, he asked me, I think maybe today we were talking about it. I think when we were on our walk, and he's like, so do you want me to come? I'm like, I'm not sure yet. Jury's still out on that one.
Yeah. How many people are you expecting?
I think there's 7. At last
Okay.
count, there were 7. So
That's a good manageable amount. I don't think you would need somebody physically there assisting you, but
right.
it is nice to have an extra set of hands. I used to, after I've been doing it for a while, I got to where if I had 15 people or more, I needed a second set of hands, even if it was just somebody to help me take the money, answer the questions that everybody always asks. And if somebody does that with you frequently enough, my mom used to go and do it with me all the time. She would never be the one to sit down and help somebody paint part of it, but she would hear me answer the same question over and over. So she learned what response to give, and she got pretty good at making the bows and helping with that. And so it was just so nice to have an extra set of hands at those parties.
Keep that in mind.
Yep. Because if this is a hit, they're going to want to do another one, and it's probably going to grow. So, make the plans.
We'll see.
Well, thank you for hopping on and chatting with me for a few minutes today, Linda. It's been such a pleasure to get to know you a little bit better, and I can't wait to see you in Destin, Florida in the fall.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
All right. Well, I'm going to let you go. And for anybody who is still on here, I'm going to stay on for just a minute, see if there's any questions about Painters Clubhouse. So see you later, Linda.
Bye.
Okay, guys, if you're interested in joining the Painters Clubhouse, we are painting live every night this week here on my public page to talk all about it, because we have a bonus going on this week. If you join by Friday, you get this summer in a jar door hanger tutorial. And so I've been going live each day, interviewing some of our members. This morning I was live and I gave like a behind the scenes peek inside the membership. So if you want to see like what it looks like inside the library, go watch the live I did this morning. And then I'll be live again tonight at 8:30 painting this design, but we're going to take it up a notch. We're going to do it a little bit more detailed. So it'll be fun. So if you're interested in joining, go to paintersclubhouse.com and sign up, and we'll get you added to the group. I'll see you guys tonight. Bye, y'all.